Ensuring the ease of doing business in Nigeria is not merely a matter of convenience. It is a vital catalyst for economic growth, foreign investment, and job creation. Streamlining business processes and reducing bureaucratic obstacles are essential steps towards unlocking the nation's full potential and fostering a vibrant entrepreneurial ecosystem. Nigeria holds significant economic importance as it is not only the most populous country in Africa, but also the largest economy on the continent. Its diverse resources, including oil, natural gas, and a young and growing population makes it a hub for potential business growth. With the right policies and improvements in ease of doing business, Nigeria has the potential to become a major global player, attracting both domestic and foreign investment and contributing to regional and international economic stability. Despite the huge potentials, there lies bottlenecks that seem to affect the ease of running businesses in Nigeria. The complex and time-consuming administrative procedures have hindered business operations and investments. Widespread corruption has increased the cost of doing business and eroded trust in government institutions. Inadequate infrastructure, such as power supply and transportation, has posed logistical challenges for businesses. Frequent security issues, including insurgencies and kidnappings, have threatened business operations in certain regions. Regulatory hurdles, inconsistent policies, tax burdens, and regulatory changes have created uncertainty for businesses. Also, limited access to capital and high interest rates have constrained business growth and expansion. Addressing these historical challenges is crucial to improving the business environment in Nigeria. And this is what we will be looking at today on Policy Focus. Welcome and thank you for joining us. I am Lydia Odije Ochi.
It's new, it's fresh, it's all about policies and strategies. Watch out for NIPSS Policy TV programs on NTA News 24. Tune in on Mondays, Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. on DSTV Channel 419, GoTV Channel 26, Star Times Channels 101 and 433, and Free TV Channel 703. Miss this and miss out on policies that will affect you and our country. Join us.
Welcome back. The Ease of Doing Business reform program in Nigeria has been a concerted effort to improve the business environment and attract domestic and foreign investments. One of the pivotal initiatives within this program was the establishment of the Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council, PEBEC. It was inaugurated in 2016 with the primary goal of driving economic growth by implementing reforms to make it easier to do business in Nigeria. Some key policy initiatives and reforms under PEBEC included business registration, construction permits, access to credit, tax reforms, trade across borders, enforcement of contracts, regulatory efficiency. These reforms were undertaken with the aim of Nigeria's ranking in the World Bank's Improving Ease of Doing Business Index, thereby making the country a more attractive destination for investments and fostering economic growth. PEBEC's work demonstrates Nigeria's commitment to creating a more business-friendly environment and enhancing its competitiveness on the global stage. Today, to talk more on this issue, we have a guest, Her name is Mrs. Ebison Onyema Emenai. Mrs. Ebison Onyema Emenai was a participant here, SEC 41. She's also the managing director, Every Nigeria Limited. We're glad to have you.
Thank you very much for having me.
Now, we're talking about ease of doing business in Nigeria. What are those key factors to you that are, would I say, that's making the ease of doing business in Nigeria not really easy? Let me put it that way, especially looking at what you do as a businesswoman.
Really, we should be looking at leadership in Nigeria, government policies, the attitude of the people, the citizens. We're looking at security. Security is another factor for the ease of doing business in Nigeria. And of course, our procedures. These are problems, challenges that we are facing as business owners and managers. So we want to engage. We'll appeal to the government to look at all of these. They should have the strong will to do things for us. These are challenges we as business owners we face in the business environment. And procedures of doing business, bureaucracy, we need to look at all of this. We need to look at the cost of running our businesses. We look at so much in terms of government supporting us as business owners. We want to look at what they call the regulations. We have a lot of regulators in the environment. If the government can streamline it and make it not duplicating activities, we'll be very appreciative as business owners. So these are the issues I think we should focus on. And of course, corruption that we all know. I don't like mentioning corruption when I'm discussing issues facing businesses, because it's like a song now, because we have to find solutions to all of this. We can't just be repeating corruption as challenges. We should look at how do we curb corruption. So let us basically look at our leadership in terms of ease of doing business in Nigeria. Thank you.
Okay, now we would like you to also talk about the business regulatory environment in Nigeria. Has it evolved in recent times?
I would like to look at the presidential order. Because of my kind of business, we have a lot of stuff that comes into through the port. So before the presidential order, we have so much agencies at the port. So, but I think it's now streamlined to about 8 as we speak, which is really good for us as business owners. We want a situation where the government can actually do more, because if you really want people to engage, to come up with a lot of businesses, the government have to do more in streamlining even the 8, because even at that, we still have some kind of disadvantages in terms of people asking you for things ordinarily is not necessary for the business. These are issues that increases cost of business in the system. So we need to look at it critically, because if we say it's 8, it should be 8. There should be no story. The administrative side of it must be clear. There should be clarity of purpose. There should be procedures where I don't have to challenge the system. I don't have to go personally to get my goods cleared out of the port. So we need to look at all of this, and the 8 should be 8, not 8 and some at the sides. trying to do corner businesses to reduce, to increase the timing, because time is a lot of money. So we appeal to the government to look at it, to look at their procedures, to look at the regulators that they have at the port right now. We need to get it right, because those are challenges we are going through. It is not smooth. Let me tell you the truth. It is not a smooth ride. We need to get it done right first time if government want businesses to strive in this country. Government has done well. The agencies have to they have to key into the government aspiration so that we can get it done right first time.
Okay. Now you say, like you just mentioned, you said it's not been easy, it's not a smooth ride. Now, for you as a business owner in Nigeria, what initiatives do you think the Nigerian government should take into cognizance to improve the ease of doing business, aside what you've mentioned earlier?
They should check the corruption and the insecurity, and they should look at the forest. It's very important. Forest is an issue. What we can't hide our face from the fact that our Nigerian economy is a dollarized economy. We need to look at it and see how the government can reduce the exchange rate. Because if that is not addressed this year, I don't know what's going to happen, because the forest is where everything lies on. I don't know how they can increase the mono economy, because we have to diversify our economy. We have to look at agriculture. We have to look at every other things that Nigeria can generate dollars and make the forest, very attractive. For now, it is not an attractive journey. It is not encouraging. Businesses are closing, are folding up. It is not easy. Businesses have to come back. The only way out of this is for the government to look at how we can have that parity of dollarization, how the dollar can come back to, God knows how they can. I don't know the magic they are going to do, but they need to do something about it. It is too high. No business can operate in this present condition. It is not possible. We are just surviving. We are struggling. Businesses are struggling to survive. We cannot afford to go beyond where we are right now, or else God knows what's going to happen to our business and a lot of businesses that are in the country.
Yes, I know that the present administration is doing a lot. They actually put together a committee to look into the tax policy of Nigeria to improve taxes and seeing how we can also grow the GDP of the country. Now, let us talk about some specific sectors in Nigeria. In your opinion, are there any sectors in Nigeria that have seen notable improvements in the business environment?
I should be looking at the construction industry. They are like, these are where we're looking at a good progress, because people are doing very well in the construction industries. Because I do some supplies, weigh bridges and weighing equipment, so some of them. So I know that business has actually improved in that aspect. And of course, in the banking area, the banking are now more competitive compared to where we were before. But of course, when we were looking at supporting businesses, that's another story. The financial inclusiveness is another story. But for now, they can compete in terms of the money is there for them. But I don't know how, the interest rates to get this money out of the bank is not easy. So we don't know how we're going to survive. We don't know how it's going to. I want the government to intervene in terms of financial inclusiveness, and on the banking side, and of course encouraging lower cost of construction, so that my staff, the populace, the citizen can have accommodation. Because one thing is to build, the other is affordability. Because if you cannot afford what is being produced, it will be a waste at the end of the day. So let us look at government intervention to see how they can help to cushion the effect of increase in cost in terms of the construction that they've done. Government has done very well in terms of the policies, in terms of encouraging and regulating the construction companies. That's good. That's good for us as a people.
It's nice to know that at least there are some good sides to make us smile. Now, I know that your business, I know your business is also multinational. Now, let's talk about foreign investment and foreign investors. How do you perceive foreign investors, that in the area of ease of doing business in Nigeria compared to other African countries, using your case as a case study?
We can see that looking at the foreign investment, you see, in terms of what the rating, what bank rating, you can see that we have improved by 15. We're like 149 before, 146 as at 2019. As we speak, 2023, we've gone to 131 in terms of rating. So yes, it is better compared to where we were before. And thanks to the present administration, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he has done well. I think the narrative that we usually have before is changing. So let it do more in terms of more engagement with the foreign investors. We need them in here. We need to compete with them. We need the business environment to boom, because if you don't allow that, there will be unemployment. The employment will remain as it is. So we need to appeal to the government to do more on engaging the foreign investors, to ease the unemployment, to ease the economic hardship, because the youth have to have something to do. If we want to rely on the companies we have, we cannot, we have over 200, the population is over 200. So we need foreign investors to come in to engage our youths, at least so that all of us, we have, what they call, should I say, freedom in terms of how we live, because you need the youth to be engaged. We have to engage our youth. We cannot do it all on our own with the local companies. We need more foreign investors to come in so that we can have more of this youth being engaged. And of course, the government should look at the security as well, so that to encourage them to come in. That is what I think the government should do.
Now let's go to another very salient aspect of businesses in Nigeria. The tax environment is said to be stifling to businesses, especially small, medium, and large scale. How would you relate to this, especially to your businesses now, to your own business now? I know you pay tax. How is it affecting your business?
It's a very big issue, because most of the taxing is very hard to understand sometimes. They have their ways of doing their own calculation, which is actually strange to us as businesses, because you tell the tax agencies that, hey, this is my revenue. They will impose revenue for you. You try to look at what they call your bank statement, looking at your reports, looking at all you have to present as the annual report, what you have in the bank, incoming funds and all of that. They tell you no, that is not what it is. So it's so strange the way the tax is being done in Nigeria. So I want to appeal to the government to see how they can look at the tax reform, because it is not encouraging. I don't want to talk much on the tax because I really don't know how this interview will go. So what I can advise is that government should go and look at it properly. Sometimes they call it, there's something they call to us the dim-in tax. I mean, they tell you that is what the managing director should be earning. How can you tell me what I should be earning when I have in my books what I'm earning? You don't believe what I'm earning. You tax me based on your dim income. It doesn't work. So I don't know how we're going to sort that out, because
Okay.
it's causing a lot of problems in the industry. That is my own industry, so I can imagine what is happening to other companies. You don't tell me what I'm receiving and tax me based on what you think is my income. You have to look at my books and tell me this is what you are taxing me on, because I know my income. You go to the bank, you see my salary, you see my inflows. How can you come back and tell me that is not what it is and tax me based on what you assume is my income? So that is something that government have to. We don't know. We've been shouting, we've been crying. We believe that government is listening, and this new government will do something about it.
Yes, actually, the government of President, administration of President Tinubu is doing something about that, and they realize the importance of taxation to the economy, and they actually set up a powerful committee last year on tax and fiscal policy reforms, and the committee since has submitted its report for implementation, and we know that we shall see the outcome of the implementation this year, 2024. Now let's go on to the ease of doing business. We know that challenges still exist for businesses operating in Nigeria. Now, do you think government is doing enough towards addressing these challenges?
The government is trying, but they need to try more, particularly on small businesses. They need to do more in terms of, we have so much in terms of the light infrastructure, the road infrastructure. It is not encouraging at all. So the government needs to look at how they can work on the light infrastructure, because most of the operations we do, you need lights. You see how much we spend on diesel. I don't know whether you use a generator as we speak. I'm on generator right now. So all of this add to the cost of doing cost of running the business. It is not an easy task. If we have constant electricity, it will reduce drastically the cost of running business in this country. And of course, you see how the roads are to connect from Lagos to, we have 4 branches. We have to fly whenever we are going to any of our branches. If we are going to Kaduna, going to Kano, going to Benin, our branch in Port Harcourt, you see how much it costs to travel, to get businesses done. We are a servicing company. We need to service our customers. You know what it is to have a downtime in organization. It is not easy. It is not funny at all. It costs a lot. It's a lot of cost to the business at the other end. So we have to go at it. We have to, timing is a very important factor. So you see what it costs to travel from point A to point B. All of these add to the cost of running business. We cannot afford to continue this way. The government have to intervene if businesses must strive. It is not easy at all. It has been, the government is talking about it, how it's going to give some palliative and all of that. We have not felt the impact yet. So we want to see how we can easily move from point A to point B in terms of cost. Electricity in terms of running the business, we need to look at all of this. It is not it is not funny. The government needs to come in, needs to come on board to make sure that all of these are addressed.
Okay, now, as a patriotic Nigerian, who I know, if it's, in fact, after passing through the National Institute, most of the participants actually become more patriotic and look forward to making Nigeria a better place. That's towards a better society. Now, talk to the government. As a Nigerian, what are those strategies and policies government should put in place to ensure there's ease of doing business in Nigeria? As we round up.
I want to look at policies that can look at the consequences of not doing the right thing, because most people take these things for granted. You know, if they can put up policies that will reprimand people, will beg people to have the consequences of not doing things right, I think Nigeria would become a better place, because you know, we've gone through a lot in NIPSS. I can see that we need to engage the government on on um, on reprimanding, and people that have done well should be established. They should make those people feel that they've done well, because if you don't appraise good job, you know, and let people feel that they've done well, take things for granted and don't, you know, people tend to follow the bad wagon. So we want to be as an ANI member. I should think that the government should look at how to, because you are the one to tell your story. You have to see how you can we can engage and tell the story about the good people of Nigeria, because we have a lot of good people out there, you know, but because of the bad people, nobody hears about the good people. So there should be some kind of policies that can make people to come up and engage in the right direction. That is what I should think. Because I mean, as a patriotic Nigeria, I want a situation where people that have done wrong should be punished for doing the wrong. Then people that have done right should be made, I mean, they should be encouraged. Those are policies that can make things go well for this country.
Thank you so much for giving us your time. We appreciate it. And we wish you well in all your endeavors. Thank you so much.
Key factors that have been contributing to the ease of doing business in Nigeria is, number one, the determination of the government. The federal government has been very determined in making sure that business environment are very friendly and that entrepreneurs and enterprises find it easy. The second one is the activities of the Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council,
Yes.
PBEC. PBEC has been consciously calling the attention of the government agencies to where they are lacking. When we talk of ease of doing business, there are four major pillars.
Okay.
The first one is security and infrastructure. The second one is information, access to information and transparency. And the third one is skilled manpower.
Okay.
And the fourth one is access to finance. So when we look at all those pillars, we discover that the federal government has done quite a lot. But as I generally say, the subnational governments have not done enough. Because businesses are done not only at the federal level, but at the lower level.
Yeah.
So the individual, subnational government, the state government, the local government, we need to improve the ease of doing business. Because when you want to look at security, security is local.
Yes.
It is not the responsibility of the federal government alone.
Yes.
Right from the local government, they need to build capacity to be able to make the environment safe and the infrastructure that are needed to be put in place for them to be able to do business.
Okay. Earlier you mentioned a business regulatory environment.
Yes.
Now, how has the business regulatory environment in Nigeria evolved in recent times? Do you think we are making, are we growing, or we are being stagnant, or we are depleting?
I think we have made some significant progress there because the Corporate Affairs Commission has reduced the number of days that you register a company significantly. And many of these activities have been taken online. So what is needed now is harmonization of what Corporate Affairs Commission is doing. I give you an example of Sierra Leone. When we register a business in Sierra Leone, it is within 6 hours of registering. Yes, of registering the business that we get our tax identification number, and it is from the same office. So a situation where you register your company with Corporate Affairs Commission, then you have to go to FIRS to get your tax identification number. Then again, you have to report to another agency. You have to report to the local government again. This is too much. So we need to have a one-stop shop that will register your business, give you your tax identification number, and make sure it is very easy for you.
So what initiatives has the Nigerian government taken to improve this ease of doing business? I know you've mentioned it before, but sometimes it just seems like a cliche. Can you really tell us in
Quite
detail?
a number of things have been put in place. Number one is this idea of Corporate Affairs Commission registering the businesses in speed up the process of registration. Number two is reducing the cost of registration. The cost of registration has been significantly reduced. Then the taxation again. Enterprises that has a particular threshold, they have been encouraged, they have been removed from the tax net, and they've been encouraged to do their business very well. Apart from that, government is doing a lot in security. Security and infrastructures are critical, but federal government cannot do it alone. A major challenge of infrastructure is electricity. As an entrepreneur, you are not a power company. Generating your electricity is additional cost to you. Diesel is 1,200, 1,300 per liter in Abuja. There is nobody that will be buying diesel at 1,300 to run a factory and be sustainable. The next one is security. Security is a major infrastructure, and this is only what government alone can do. Last night we were discussing with a farmer, and he was saying that there is no way the produce from the farm can pay for the cost of security. The agro rangers from the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps will need to work more. And state government will need to employ youth, the civilian JTF, to be able to protect the farmland. Going to farm is not the problem. Coming back from farm is the problem. And we have instances where in some local government, farmers are paying royalties to bandits so that they can harvest their crops. So all these things will need to be removed. If we do this very well, then we'll be able to do, the business environment will be attractive enough for entrepreneurs to come into the country and do business.
Okay, the police has been talking about state policing, and then we have vigilantes in local communities. How effective have these been? Because if farmers are still complaining, is it that we have these people conniving with the bandits, or what's really the problem in that sector or in that area?
I will not take it as a matter of conniving with the bandits. I will take it as what you measure is what they will do. What you inspect is what they will repeat. You need to encourage them. Federal government cannot do it. Federal government is too far away from the locality. We need state police. We need community police. Take example of what the governor of Katsina State is doing. It was giving an example that a local government in Katsina that has more than 180 villages has 50 policemen. How can 50 policemen police 180 villages? So in that local government, the governor has employed more than 2,000 youths and paying them to be able to protect their community. We need state police, we need community policing, we need vigilantes to be able to take care of their community, and they need to be trained in such a way that they will collaborate with the regular police to get it done. It is not the work of the federal government. It is the work of the communities. It is the work of the state government, and it is the work of the local government.
How do you think foreign investors perceive the ease of doing business in Nigeria compared to other African countries?
You see, foreign investors perceived our business environment in two ways. One, cautious optimism, and then they are afraid. A major thing that can make foreign investors want to come to Nigeria is, number one, what is commercial justice? Do we have commercial justice? If I disagree with you, can we get judgment in the court as quickly as possible? I know the judicial reform is already addressing that. If there's no commercial justice, forget about foreign investors. When investors come in, the question they will ask, if we disagree, how do we resolve it? Do we have sufficient arbitration clauses to help us to resolve it? Secondly, when I invest in your company, how easy is it for me to move out my money if I want to move it? That is a major issue. The central bank will need to do a lot. We know how many millions of dollars that the airlines have in Nigeria that they cannot move out. And that is why in Africa today, Nigerians are paying the highest flight cost. Because we are not only paying for the cost, we are paying for the unexpected devaluation of the naira that may affect the money when they want to move their money.
Wow.
And you see, economy grows when there is ease of movement of money between locations, liquidity. Yes.
When you talk about liquidity, that's one major issue in Nigeria. You know, with the trend of we wanting to go cashless, it seems to be hampering a lot of things, especially in the area of business. Can you throw more light on that?
It's not the liquidity that is hampering the cashless economy.
Okay.
It is absence of critical infrastructure in IT.
Okay.
Let us tell ourselves the truth. Majority of our IT experts, they have Jakpa, they've left the country. The banks are suffering now. And two, because those IT experts are not there to be able to improve the robustness and the capacity of the IT infrastructure to take the traffic, the people have no confidence in online transaction. So if our IT infrastructure in the banks increases, people will believe in the infrastructure and they will use the cashless economy. Beyond liquidity, how easy is it to transfer money from one country to the other? Money leaving Nigeria is difficult now. You see, when the economy is doing better, it means the movement of money is easy. When the economy is not doing better, movement of money is hampered. We need to do something more to make sure that people can move money. They can transact business without going through the black channel. From between Ghana and Nigeria, between Cotonou and Nigeria, between Cameroon and Nigeria. If we do all those things, it makes our businesses to be better.
Now, I noticed one thing about being entrepreneurial in Nigeria. We see people that, you know, they teach people how to be entrepreneurs. But then, I don't really see people teaching people how to really thrive, like how to understand these processes, how to face tax challenges, how to know who the right people to go to, you know, to know who to go to, the right bodies to go to, and all that. So why are we not having awareness or training in that area for entrepreneurs?
I think there are trainings in that area, but they may not just be enough. The Small and Medium Enterprise Development Agency is doing a lot in training entrepreneurs on how to manage the relationship, how to manage transactions, how to manage export, how to manage imports. Again, some of the entrepreneurs, they need to unbundle their activities. You cannot be a farmer and an exporter also, because you don't understand post management. So you cannot be the primary producer and the processor again. So identify the value chain where you want to work. Identify what you want to produce. I give you an example. When we were doing an evaluation for the World Bank Small Enterprises Development, I think it was in Katsina, there was a lady that was producing, it was in Kaduna, the lady was producing female handbags. And we asked her, your bag is very good, and these are women in Puda, they produce. I said, we don't see these bags in the market. She said, I don't put it in the market. She said, somebody come from Niger Republic to carry everything. Wow. And then when they carry this goods to the Niger Republic, they will rebrand it and made in Niger, and then they will send it to France.
Wow.
So it is because she understands the value chain she is operating. She knows she can produce, but she does not understand international business. So the lady that understands international business will just come from Niger, carry everything, produce everything, and take them. You go to Marks and Spencer in Europe, they will tell you this singlet is manufactured in Morocco. You go to Morocco, you will not see the Marks and Spencer singlet there. Everything is for European market. The factory is in Morocco. We need to develop to that level that these factories will come to Nigeria, produce from here, and take them abroad. That is when we can shore up our foreign exchange earnings. And they will only come if our regulatory environment is better, our transparency is better, our regulators don't frustrate them.
actually affected the prices is not the festive period, it's the exchange rate that is affecting prices. So unless the exchange rate is down, that's when prices of goods start coming down. But for now, it's not coming down for now.
If I go market today, if I buy something like I should say 50,000, tomorrow if I go, it will reach like 60,000. It will increase.
During the unitary time of the economy, you know that the prices have always been going up and everything is drastically going up, and the customer said there's less patronage than before. The prices are always increasing. Every day we go to the market and we find out that prices are more than the previous one we bought.
Prices of the commodity go high, especially during festive period, due to the excess buyers. You have buyers coming to buy your property, so that will make some properties will be scarce, and that will make the price to go high. Actually, we experience high price during those periods. It happens this year, and it happens during Salah and during Christmas times. It actually do happen, and the reason of that is due to the excess people coming to the market buying, and the scarcity of some of the products. That will make the property to be going high.
Because what I said is cosmetics, and most people usually go for food like food stores and the rest before they can actually come and buy things from us. So because of the economic level, and people actually don't, like, it's down now. We don't sell like we used to sell before, so it's actually down now.
Some people, if I tell them the price of things, they will think like it's me, I'm adding it and I'm adding it.
The prices compared to that of before the Christmas period is slightly different, because during the festive period the prices normally make an increment because of the festive season. So the price range is a little bit different.
Some of the properties will come down, some will stay like that, and some will also continue going. Actually, it do happen. Some of the properties will stay while some will go. And we too used to buy from other dealers. When they reduce the price for us, so the price also will reduce here. And when the price stay at it is, we also keep the price like that. But actually, some of the properties will go down, some stay like that, and some will go high.
So like now, some rappers, the prices are going down and some are going high.
Yeah, like this rubber now. Because when people don't have money, so they go for something that is very cheap. This rubber now we buy 2,500 thereabout. So during festive period, people come to buy it. Many people come to buy, so the price go like 3,000, 3,500 thereabout. So when people can't coming, so it goes back to the normal price. Like now we sell it 2,500, 2,700 thereabout. But during festive period, it goes almost 3,000, 3,500.
Someone introduced us to Bank BOI, which is Bank of Industry. We went there with hope that they will assist us. They will request for this, we will provide. Request for that, we will provide. But at the end tail of the voting, we didn't get anything from them. Now, the limited liability company we opened with was on our neck to come and make an annual report. And there's nothing we don't have anything we got from the business, and they say we must pay the annual report. So from where do we generate the revenue for the annual report, for the FIRS? There's no way.
Honestly, I would say it's not easy. Why? Because so many things are involved. When we talk of so many things, that's the things like where we expect government to come into, whereby they are not doing what we expected. I look at the areas like that, the increase there is very much for the businessmen to cope up with. By the time you plus and minus on all those ones, you find out that there's nothing to write home about. Because we're expecting government to remove all this VAT they are adding instead of reducing, they are adding. And it's becoming a more problem to the businessmen. So I want to say that it's too difficult for one to go here in Nigeria. Come to talk of the insecurity, the challenges we're having everywhere. All those things are problems to Nigerians, most especially the businessmen. So that shows that it's not easy for one to have business, that will do business in Nigeria. Thank you.
Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Keep watching NIPSS Policy TV.
For anything you are capable of thinking about, it is possible for you to achieve them. Like they say, what's perceivable is achievable. A dream remains a dream if it is not followed up by actions.
Hello and welcome to our alumni chat. Today our chat is on a very important person, another MNI, and we're going to talk to him about everything you need to know concerning his experience as a participant. So welcome to this segment on our program. Thank you for joining us. I'm Lydia Odijochi. Now, thank you for joining us, sir. Now, what was your experience like as a participant while you were at the Institute?
Oh, I was a participant in the year 2022 and a member of SEC 44. My experience in the National Institute was quite fantastic, though it was full of energy draining. It gave me the opportunity to meet people from different fields of life, and not just meeting them, people who have actually attained the peak of their career. And it was full of brainstorming, research, trying to find solutions to majority of Nigerians' problem and the world at large. That was what the experience is.
Now tell us, how has the experience impacted on your person and your career and your life generally?
Okay, basically, as I was in the National Institute, I did not let go my profession. I brought it to fore in everything we were doing. Basically, I exist in the IT space, and I brought it to fore while I was there. I made sure I contributed, and we made impact. We tried in everything we do to digitalize all aspects of our learning in the institute, and also to make sure that it impacts us. Now, coming to the different people I met, they actually impacted on me, especially the military personnel. They came from the Navy, the Air Force, the DSS. At that level, you see how disciplined they are. You know, if you are outside such a society, you think we don't have trained personnel. But coming to NIPSS and meeting all these people tell me that Nigeria has all it takes to be the giant of Africa and to make the African nation proud.
Now, can you tell us what your philosophy of life is?
Well, my philosophy of life is excellence in whatever thing I do or whatever thing I lay my hands on. And I believe in the dignity of labor, that whatever thing you want to do it at your best. And nature has a way of rewarding you.
What is your take on the narrative that Annie is an elitist group?
Well, I wouldn't say it is an elitist group per se, but looking at the cadre of people and personalities where they have actually attained before coming to that place, one could actually also say it is, but depending on the perspective where you are viewing it from, because whoever that has come to Annie or has come to NIPSS is no longer a small person in the society. These are people who have done well in their different fields, have attained the peak of their fields, and as such, they are not elitist in terms of money or material things, but you could say that they're elitist in terms of knowledge, in terms of discipline, in terms of excellence, so that we should not be looking at elitists in one dimension. But you cannot see in all dimensions that, yes, that these people have attained the heights.
How impactful has the association been to the National Institute? How much?
Well, I seriously believe that there is an interaction between the ANI and the institution, because whoever that is existing in ANI, NIPSS gave birth to all of us. NIPSS is our mother. So we are constantly giving back to NIPSS.
Okay. Now, who is your mentor and why?
I know I have different mentors with respect to what I am looking at every particular time. If you ask me who my mentor is, I could tell you my mentor is Jesus Christ, because it is one man who actually took time and transversed all aspects of the society. You can't really say that, most times I will tell people that Jesus Christ is not a Christian, because it was after he lived that Christianity came. So while he was living, there's nothing called Christianity. So he is one man that touched every aspect of life. If you come to socials, he was there. You understand? He was the first person that turned water into wine. That means he's a part of us, Group 8 members. So when it comes to relationship, you could see that he related very well, both with the top, the low, the mighty. So he was an all-rounder, and that is why I say he's my mentor.
Great. Finally, what would you recommend to the Institute to make it better?
Well, the commendation I will give to NIPSS to make it better is that they should be more practical in most of the policies they design, and find a way. NIPSS is a place you study strategies, you study all manner of tactics. They should find a way to play in the leadership of this country to make sure that most of the policies they draft in NIPSS are being implemented in the society.
Thank you so much for being our guest on Alumni Chat. Thank you so much indeed. We appreciate your time. And that's it on this segment. The program continues. Don't go away.
It's new, it's fresh, it's all about policies and strategies. Watch out for NIPSS Policy TV programs on NTA News 24. Tune in on Mondays, Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. on DSTV Channel 419, GoTV Channel 26, Star Times Channels 101 and 433, and Free TV Channel 703. Miss this and miss out on policies that will affect you and our country. Join us.
In a rapidly changing global economy, the ease of doing business in Nigeria is not just a matter of convenience. It is a strategic imperative. Nigeria's commitment to streamlining processes and reducing bureaucracy is a testament to its determination to realize its full economic potential. By fostering a more inviting business environment, Nigeria can nurture entrepreneurship, attract foreign investment, and encourage innovation. That's our package today. Thank you for being a part of it. We're glad to have you always. I am Lydia Ojije Ochi. See you next time, and goodbye.